Hello, my name is Muk Abdullaki Mikhail, and this is my research methods assignment video for my project proposal. My project name is Personal Productivity Enhancer. It's an application that is supposed to help you improve your productivity throughout your day or week or month. Now, my lecturer was Wasim Akhtar, and I'm in with Griffith College, Dublin. So, how to improve productivity was my question, and I've actually found out with myself that distractions, things, bad habit activities that we actually do not want to take part in, take most of our time. And what's really sad about for me was that when you do those activities, um, you do not realize how much time you've actually put into, which can be a cause of time waste. Um, so my point is that removing distractions, at least decreasing them, will help you improve um, productivity, which was the main goal, and gave me the motivation to build this application. Now, how I found out about this, what actually gave me true motivation was that I regularly play game on my Steam. So I have a Steam gaming account, and I recently discovered my gaming hours that I've actually spent on a certain game was surprisingly higher than I expected. So I do not I believe that I'm not alone when it comes down to not actually realizing how much time you've put into. So I figured that it would be helpful if you have an application that lets you know how much time you've actually spent on activities that you do not want to take part in as much. Um, but the importance of it is tracking it and user not having to input it all the time. So that therefore I started to research how do I get this information and pull it into an application. So, but actually Steam allows you to observe these hours that you've played. So this is the top 10 wasted hours Steam accounts. So as you can see that it's very open about it. This is actually on Steam. So through Steam you can actually download or track the actual amount of time you are spending. So therefore I figured that I create an application includes that function, but I want this application to be used not by people who are gaming, but with everybody else. So therefore I started my survey and do some research. Now I have 33 successful answers, and I wanted to find out what are the most distracting things, activities to people that are common to us. And the top three results that we have actually right now is social media and on the phone and surfing the internet. So these three all can be done on the mobile phone. So I did some more research about um, tracking phone usage and etc. Um, there are many applications that do productivity enhancements, but like help you to improve, but they work completely differently than what my project is. How they work is they let you put in what they want to improve on, what they want to a good habit they want to get used to. So they let you insert that, and then they remind you to do that every now and then. And that's not how I want this to work. I want this to put in users to be inputting the activities they do not want to they want to track. So so that they can observe how much time actually they're wasting on. So I found out that there's two applications. First one is Moment. It's called Moment. This one, it actually observes the screen time usage that you are spending on your mobile phone, and it will give you statistical uh, graphs and visual explanations of what you do with each application and how do you spend your time on your phone, and try to help you use your phone less, which is one of the biggest difficulties that we have today in today's world. It also has another option that called Moment family. So this is for maybe for parental use, that you can actually track everybody in the family, use somebody else's phone, and then be able to tell them put down your phone. And there is another application also available for, it's called Break Free. This application is very similar to Moment. This is application available for both Android and iOS. What's different from this application to Moment is that it has another feature called Phone Management Tools. Now this one is only available for Android only. And what this does is it's able to, you are able to schedule a time, a given time between these times, and do these functions such as disabling an internet, rejecting a phone call, and sending an auto text messages. Now these I believe that these are very interesting functions, and these are to be duly noted to be part of my future work in my application. But apart from these, the other applications that I've researched through, they work always differently. They're not tracking anything, but they are letting the user inputs devices. But for me, what I want to do is track the activity and make a progress without the user interaction. I had one health application that I had to, in order to check my calorie intake, I had to input all the everything that I eat, everything that I drink, manually inserting to the application, which was really tiring. Therefore, it's important that the application it tracks on its own. But then there are applications that are untrackable, such as going for shopping, which was noted in my survey. Going shopping, it's impossible to track, at least today. So therefore, I've put up, I'm going to put up activity called custom. That on that you can just name your activity, and then you can put a start and end time, which can be significantly small amount of time compared to putting in every single thing that you actually ate on your lunch. And then overall, you can being able to present to you what activities you are doing throughout the day, and showing graphs would actually make people realize what amount of time they spend on what kind of activities, is actually the goal of this project. Now, how do I want to make this work is using notifications. So let's say that I have a gaming profile and I want to limit myself to play game maybe 3 hours a week, and let's say that I get significantly closer to my 3 hours, it will notify me telling me that yeah, your limit is reaching. Or I might not be able to forcefully stop you from playing, but still notifications that have actual facts about your activities is way more motivating than motivational notifications such as hey, do your thing, hey, do your thing, which can be ignored more. But more actual facts that on based on what you are doing, notifications, I believe that they will be taken more seriously, which was also mostly approved on my survey results. So for summary, my main concept of this application is to track bad habits, and decrease them will eventually cause people to improve the productivity. So this is my main goal, and this is going to be very useful, especially for myself, but I want this to be useful for many people. So in the future, I will be able to track not only gaming, but possibly social networking accounts, which you can just track them whether if they are active or not active, or there are television channels that are also working with web applications by now. You have Netflix that is on the channel, running on the channel, which makes it really interesting how things are being developed in towards the future. So it will be quite possible to track whether if you are watching a TV or not. So thank you for watching my video, and I'm Munkar Abdullaki. Have a good day.